everyone. This is Crypto.
Sorry.
Hi, this is KryptoSeoul, Erica. This is Shinhan from the Blockchainers.
Hello.
Hello. How are you? This is lunchtime in Korea. Hello. It's been a while, actually, right? 2 days.
Actually, it's been a week.
Yeah, I mean a week, but then we did it a little later, right?
Yeah.
It should be once a week, but we kind of delayed. But anyway, hello everyone. We have some news today. Actually, a lot of news, mostly on the government side. So first news is.
Oh, we're jumping right in. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, do you want some intro?
No.
Do you want some?
No, forget the intro.
We can talk later. Okay, so this just came in. So in December, on December 1st, there's going to be trilateral talks by the government officials. So Korea, Japan, and China. So it's going to be East Asian trilateral talk on cryptocurrency and regulations on cryptocurrency. So it's going to be pretty big. So they have been doing this regular talk, this time it's going to be focused on the cryptocurrency regulations. So it's going to be pretty interesting. So we have to see what the results will be. But they have very different views on cryptocurrency. So it'll be quite interesting to see the Japanese view, Chinese view, and what Korea will do in response to those views, right? So it's going to be held in Songdo, Incheon, in Korea. So yeah, that's the major.
What's the projection on this? How do you think the government's gonna respond?
So, I mean, the Korean government has also always been very on the gray side, gray area. So it's been trying to incorporate both through the middle, like in the middle of Japan and like China. It's been always emphasizing that, but they're meeting like directly. So maybe it'll be more. I don't know. They might kind of avoid a complete ban and complete acceptance. They might have a flexible regulation, but I think it's a positive stance and positive move, but I don't think it'll change any results.
But like I said, I know Koran.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So like there's a columnist named Koran in Korea, and she's been writing a lot about cryptocurrency. But one of her most recent articles was about how it was a Japanese cryptocurrency mogul, and he was talking.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Remember he talked about how what kind of things Japan did in order to prepare for its cryptocurrency regulation.
Right.
And one of the primary things he said was we started researching it back when.
Right.
And we really started digging into it, and we realized it was a lot bigger than what we thought it could be. But I mean personally, I don't think Korea did the preliminary research.
No.
So I mean, we're having this talk, but if you're doing something because countries around you do it without knowing why they're doing it or what kind of ramification it has, yeah, I'm slightly worried about that, but it's okay.
But we need in-depth research about it. And actually, in the article, he also emphasizes South Korea will go to the same route, but it needs time.
Yeah.
To research, right?
Okay.
Hello, Heinous Sweetness. Hello.
Heinous Sweetness is a sweet name.
I know. I love that name. JM. Hello. Hyun. Hello.
JM.
Okay.
Yeah, if you guys, just in case, if you're tuning in right now, if you happen to have any questions about Korea, what's going on in Korea, please ask us. We'll try to answer. We'll try to field your questions as we're doing the show.
Sure.
As usual.
Yeah, as usual. So, I mean, I've made selections on a lot of articles, and they've been doing continuous interviews with government officials and congressmen about what they think about cryptocurrency, and they're always saying they're concerned about it and they want to do something about it, but they don't do anything about it. So this is an interview by Park Yong-jin. He's pretty famous, right?
Assembly member.
Yeah, he was in the Democratic Party, right? And he's concerned about this hype of Bitcoin investment, and he's emphasizing that the government should do something really quick about it. And and Kim Dong-yeon, he's saying that the government is continuously doing research on taxation on cryptocurrency, doing research, but no results yet. So he's saying, he's pretty in defending his stance, right? He's
this guy is the financial planning Ministry of Financial Planning. He is the minister of the Ministry of Financial Planning. So this guy's pretty high up.
Yeah.
But who knows? I don't know. See, I don't know who's doing these research because it's
exactly.
No, because it's really weird. Like we're the blockchainers were obviously in the scene. You know most people, a lot of people in the scene. I know a lot of people in the scene. We pretty much know like who's who in the scene. Except I feel like whoever the government is going and speaking to, they're not the people that they really ought to be speaking to. They're not leaders. They're just people who came from a traditional financial background, and they are giving whatever input they can from that traditional financial background. So
or who has links to the government or something, right? Who has like actual links or connections, right? So they have better access to the government, so they might just easily turn to them for advice, and it may turn to the wrong conclusion, right? So that we're concerned about it as industry players, right? And so, and there's like this article, so there's been like sudden like meetings, we talked about the association about blockchain, and they made exchanges made like an association, and they have like abrupt meetings, like sudden meetings about this government stance, and they're like, oh, this is going the wrong way. And so there's been many meetings about blockchain and regulation, and they should do something about it, but the government's still like very quiet, and it's pretty stressful and frustrating. So
all this to say, for those of you who are overseas, we're interested in this is because everyone, you all know that Korea carries a huge amount of trading volume, but really the outcome of this, I feel like, is going to affect not only the Korean market, but it will affect Korean market who carries that large trading volume in the world.
Right.
So the world might be affected by this, and that's why we're trying to dig deeper into this and bring you just a general sentiment of what's going on in Korea.
What's really going on in Korea?
Yeah, what's really going on. There's not enough. I recently read an article. There's not enough education and like translation into different languages, education in different languages. So we just want to get the correct information out there.
Right. That's our mission. And so far it's been pretty emphasizing the investor side, but not on the government nor the public side. So we're trying to balance it out and trying to give both stances. So if you have any questions or any, we can definitely go deeper on that. And next, it's Fourth Wave. This is actually very new media website on blockchain in Korea, the Fourth Wave, right? Yeah, it's focusing on I think it's translating the materials from like coin and a lot of major medias. But so Shinhan Bank, it's the second largest bank in Korea. So it announced that it's going to open a cryptocurrency wallet service for the first time in Korea. So it has a digital safe, and it's going to put it in that safe, so it's going to be very secure. And Shinhan is a pretty big group, and so it's going mainstream. So another major news.
Why I would hand over my private keys to a centralized banking institution in order to protect my funds is beyond me. I feel like this is something similar to Coinbase has a vault service, Bitcoin Ethereum vault service.
Yes,
it might be something similar to it. Shinhan's pretty good when it comes to trying out new technology. They're probably like the fastest movers when it comes to all the different banks out in Korea. If you use their apps, you know that their apps are the best out of. I mean, it's user friendly. It's very user friendly, and they thought a lot about design, how the app ought to be designed. And so they're providing a vault service. I think this is retarded, but that's just a person's opinion. I know, like because right now we don't have cryptocurrency UI UX up to par. It's very hard for a regular person to learn how to secure their wallets. That's true. This is just what's going down. Yeah, and people are very not us, but like the general public is very concerned about how to just make a wallet. They don't even know how to install a wallet. So it's a very high entry industry. So maybe Shinhan will kind of like lower that barrier and maybe go closer to the public. So who knows, right? Hi, Free Skillshare Media.
Hello.
And Philip Yovan. We will answer that question right after we're done with the news.
Yes. Great. And another news on Samsung SDS. So it's been pretty active in blockchain technology, and it will collaborate with the Seoul City Government. Seoul City Government is actually pretty active has been active in blockchain, incorporating blockchain and in the public administration work, processes, documents. And so, so Samsung SDS will help Seoul government in establishing that in technology side. So,
all right, so I know some down and dirty secrets about this.
Oh.
Yeah. So the government put out a couple of projects that different companies could work on.
Okay.
And obviously there's like Samsung, LG, SK, whatever. I heard that Samsung undercut all of them. They like called a lower price than all of them, so they got the projects. The reason Samsung did that is strategically they wanted references. So they were getting these, whether or not Samsung has blockchain devs or whether they have a blockchain research lab, which we know they don't really have. Because we have people who work in Samsung, but nonetheless, they're trying to get these references so that they can be a major player when it does come time to do this. It's really interesting. Here's another interesting information,
which is
so Kisa, the Korean,
yes.
So what is it? It's the Korean
intern.
It's information standard
association.
Anyways, Kisa was recently told by the federal government to lay out some major I don't know, like directions. They were supposed to write up like a policy guideline about how cryptocurrency and blockchain will develop in Korea. And they had different projects, but since people in Kisa didn't know how to do it, they just threw it. They just gave it to another major they contacted somebody from a major corporation and they asked them to fill it out. But what's fucked up about this is, let's say I'm a major corporation, right? And I'm going to write down the guideline for the upcoming years. I will make sure that whatever I write in there is going to be something that's in line with whatever my company is.
I know, right?
Pursuing.
So irresponsible.
Really, it's really messed up. So there's a lot of insider, like really shady shit going on. I'm personally not happy with it. Samsung, I'm glad you guys got this, but really, I mean, I hope you put all your
effort and
manpower and resources to good use.
It's gonna represent the entire city, and also, I mean, if you represent Seoul, it's gonna be representing Korea in general, right? So, hello, Kyunghee. Hello. Yes, it's pretty.
So this one's another one.
Yeah, it's another article on the same content. And this is kind of fun. So I actually go to this mall very often. This is this Express Bus Terminal Mall. It's Seoul's largest mall in Korea. I mean, maybe the largest one in Korea. No, not Korea.
Okay, this is actually bigger. Okay,
it's actually bigger. It has 620 stores, and it's actually very cheap with like cheap products like. There's flowers, shoes, like every type of...
You're talking about the underground.
The underground mall. Yeah. It's been here for like a long time, and it's been renovated as well. And so people go like see the people, like it's very crowded, and it's very. I just saw it today, but today there's going to be Bitcoin payments acceptance in this mall. All the stores, 620 stores. So it's pretty amazing. Like how they're going to actually implement it is. It's gonna cost a lot of money, right?
Yeah, this is beyond me. I mean, like I said, I don't think they understand Bitcoin transaction fees right now. This is only possible. So instead of what they're doing is they're providing a POS that's leveraging Bitcoin, right? Except Bitcoin transaction fees are really high.
Right. I mean,
so, who knows? Maybe there's a place where BCH will shine.
Who's going to actually use this? But I mean, I think it's gonna be like a symbol, maybe like a I don't know, for image making, right?
Yeah.
So I'm not sure about the implementation and how effective it's going to be, but still, it's a fun news. And the fact that, I mean, the largest mall in Seoul is implementing it, so it's a big deal, I guess.
Yeah, they're planning to have about 600 vendors, 600 plus vendors accepting Bitcoin.
Yeah, amazing.
That's pretty big.
Yeah, pretty big. And last, Bitthumb. So, what is this? Sorry about this.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. So Bitthumb is the lawsuit on Bitthumb about the last server crash, right? So there's going to be 600 people who's going to sue against Bitthumb. It's a group lawsuit. It's going to be huge, largest actually ever. So yeah, this is official news that it's going to begin, and people are going to complain about how Bitthumb was not transparent in its reactions to the server crash. And it's still not having an official statement, so it's gonna be pretty big, right? I mean, the loss is pretty big and controversial.
Remember the party we were at?
Yeah.
You know that the
they were there.
Bitthumb CEO was there?
CEO was
I met the Bitthumb CEO. Yeah, finally. Yeah. So
I really want to meet him.
But he's stepping down, actually. I don't know if it's because of this, but he's stepping down. He's going on to different business. But he told me, well, go ahead.
I mean, so people who don't know, like Bitthumb CEO is really hard to meet. He's very like
we don't know
underground.
I didn't know who he was till now.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so I met him.
Oh.
I don't know if it's like the de facto, like the man pulling all the strings. I don't know if it's that.
Maybe it's not. Maybe he's not the real person.
Yeah.
But anyway.
But it's funny. So I met him. We're talking. And it's like,
Oh my
yeah,
gosh.
hi, I'm the blockchainer. He's like, he knows that I'm not a great fan of like how Bitthumb runs their.
He
exchange.
knows it?
Yeah, he knows it.
Okay.
But he was saying, like, we were talking. He said like, oh, what do you think about like. And I asked him like, hey, what really went down? And he kind of avoided the question.
Okay.
He just said, you should think of it as growing pains, because much like how none of the exchanges were prepared for the sudden upsurge in cryptocurrency
That's true.
in Korea,
Yeah.
like Bitthumb is the same. We have a large trading volume, but we're still not prepared.
But I think it had that crash like before, so you could have like done better, right? I mean, that it could have implemented like better server and stuff like that, right?
Yeah, but
excuse.
is so hard, because what are you gonna do? Are you gonna try to upgrade the individual like the technology behind it, like backup servers and stuff, or are you gonna try to do like horizontal expansion? I think they were focusing way more on horizontal expansion.
Okay.
Because think about all the money. Okay, so in Korea, basically, if you access any website and they know that you're Korean and they know that you're interested in cryptocurrency, there is not a single day goes by without Bitthumb flashing their ads. They took all their money that they made and they put it all into marketing, right?
That's true.
Without thinking about like the technology. I mean, they're experiencing server problem, but
it's I mean, Bitthumb is very focused on business and expansion and strategic, right, incentive, right? So I guess like that could be the reason, right? They're just focused more on business. Okay.
Alrighty.
So
Okay, let's answer something a little bit.
the Cardano thing.
Yeah. No. Okay, so Cardano, I think is a great project personally.
Me too.
They have a very very strong team. They might have like
yeah.
one of the most strongest teams in cryptocurrency.
Uh-huh.
And I know it's been around for a while, but my thing is, it's if you read their white paper, you'll know that it's really long and it's really technical. Meaning a lot of people who are investing, they don't understand why they're investing into it.
No.
They don't realize technologically they don't really know what this is, but they're still investing. I think there's a lot of hype, especially with Upbit. With Upbit, there's been Korean money is flowing very freely into these altcoins.
Oh yeah.
That we didn't have access to before. So the recent Cardano pump. With,
that was crazy.
From Japan and Korea.
Wow. It's crazy.
No, but that's really common. That used to be really common last year. This year it's kind of died down, where you only see like upticks of like 40-50% a day.
Right.
But like it's been a while since I've seen like 160, 180%. 180% gain in a day, but we finally got to see it. So
awesome.
My personal opinion is, Cardano is a very excellent technical team.
Go Cardano.
I have to do some more research before I really
Definitely
go into it 100%. But another thing was I met somebody from related to Cardano, so we'll have different people from. Hopefully, we'll have different people from IOHK on the show.
That'll be great.
We'll interview them.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So Wendy is asking, hi Wendy, partnership between Aeon and Ion, right? And Icon, can you elaborate?
Yeah. I will elaborate.
Is it official? Is it official?
Another thing is we will hopefully. We're trying to get a show where we have Icon, Aeon, and OneChain all on the show with us, doing a group video chat, and we're gonna have an interview that way.
That'd be great.
But so basically, it seems like So I think everybody understands the idea of like there being single blockchains, and now the next step of that is interchains. But so far the effort has been from the public side. We're talking about projects like Cosmos. We're talking about projects like Polkadot. And these guys, I think, believe that the public interchain protocols will eventually win out, and as long as they build technology and people know about it, people will come and they'll try to Cosmos can like offensively go out and try to add like hubs and stuff, right? That's one side. The other side of that is whether it be Aeon or whether it be Icon, they all started off as an enterprise blockchain solution.
Yes.
So Icon was previously Loop. And then Aeon has Nuco, and Nuco provided enterprise solutions.
Yes.
They've been providing different enterprise solutions of their for their geographical region. So Icon has been doing it around Korea and the different Far East Asian countries, and I know that Nuco has been doing and pushing pretty hard on Canada,
right?
Toronto, specifically the Toronto area, and I know like Nuco has been an early member of Enterprise Ethereum Alliance. They've
Yeah.
been,
Oh,
like,
yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
And so what happens now is, it seems like the next logical step, since, okay, so take for example Icon. They're in the medical industry, they're in the universities, they're in the insurance companies, and they're in the banks, right? So after they created individual blockchains for all of these, they realized that if you can make sure that the data flows fluidly through, like if you have liquid data
Through different institutions.
Yeah, through different institutions, and they can create an inter-blockchain protocol for them.
That's pretty
that will
natural,
be very valuable, right?
Yeah.
So Icon went ahead and did that. I think Aeon is a really similar projects. They're trying to do that. Okay, but the next thing is the reason public interchain blockchains and enterprise interchain protocols are different is that one thinks tech comes first before mass adoption. The other one thinks you need to get regulation and you need to run the business before it is mass adopted.
It's a different perspective, right?
Yeah, different approaches to things, completely different approaches.
Right.
And Aeon and Icon were here in Korea, and I think the enterprise blockchain protocol people have been talking, and they kind of realize, hey, we're going for a similar role. Why don't we just coordinate?
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Whether it be you could share like different technologies, like different technological know-hows, and cooperate. But at the same time, think about it. If I'm in Far East Asia, I think I'd be more. I have a greater proclivity, like preference for a company that is out of Far East Asia.
Right.
So they would most likely they would use the Loop, or they would use Icon.
So like a country representative, like similar like ideas but different regions.
Yeah. So the regions. Although we say like blockchain is a global network, nonetheless you're kind of bound by geographical restrictions and regulatory frameworks, right?
Yes.
So what you do instead is you make sure that all these, like whether it be Aeon, whether it be Icon, and whether it be Nuco, that these places come together. They create like some sort of standardization, right? So you have a governing body. You have some kind of alliance.
Yes.
And so you try to work together where you can all coexist in different
I think it's a great effort. Yeah, it's harmonization and globalization. That's great.
Yeah, so Wendy, to answer your question, that is the partnership between Aeon and Icon.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Hyungdok, hello. JM, Coinbase was experiencing problems today.
That's BS. I guess so. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because they're trying to get the fuck out.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Any other comments?
I think that's all for now.
Yeah. So great meeting all of you, and thank you for listening. See you next week.
Yeah. Thank you guys for tuning in, and if you like Erica's show,
please click like and subscribe
and
to our
comment.
channel and comment, please.
Yeah.
Okay.
Erica loves those comments.
Okay.
All right.
See you next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye.